Hey guys, it's Mr. Houston again, coming to you from my study. This is lesson 3 this week of digital citizenship. Before we had our started our digital learning, we did lesson 1, which was about sharing with care. Then we just did lesson 2 during our first week. Don't fall for fake. And then this is now lesson 3 called secure your secrets. And as I told you guys, this is all from Google's Be Internet Awesome. I'm going to walk you through it today. At the end, I'll show you the next level of the game, Interland, and how to play that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We do have some vocabulary today, but thankfully, we do not have as much as we did last week. So I'll go quickly here and we'll get to the lesson. Privacy. That is a word we have been using the whole time, right? And we talked about in lesson 1, while you have a right to some privacy in your home, you can't expect the same thing on the internet. Privacy, protecting people's data and personal information, right? And it's also called sensitive information. And back in lesson 1, we talked about how your personal information, well, that's the kind of stuff that you really should keep secret. Our second term this week, security, protecting people's devices and the software on them. As we're doing these Zooms, that is one of the big issues, making sure that the security and your security is protected while we're doing these Zooms. And that's been an issue so far for the company, for Zoom. A two-step verification, also called two-factor verification or two-step authentication. This just means that when you log into something, they make you do 2 different things to make sure it's you, right? So they may have you put in a password, and then they may text a code to your phone and have you put in the code. I just had to do this with a new bank account yesterday. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it's a way to know that it's always you and make sure the security is good. Password or passcode, I'm sure you guys know what that is. A secret combination used to access something. Could be something as simple as what you use to lock your phone, or a more complex password for your email. In general, you should make your passwords as long and complex as you can while still being able to remember them. Anything that makes them more unique makes them more secure, right? Sadly, there's still people out there that use 1, 2, 3, 4 as a password. That is not a secure password. Encryption, the process of converting information or data into a code that makes it unreadable and inaccessible, right? So if you encrypt something, you convert it and make it unreadable and inaccessible. Complexity, that's the goal when you create a password, that you want it to be complex enough to be secure. So a lot of times they'll ask you for a mix of numbers, special characters, uppercase, lowercase letters, because it adds complexity. If someone's trying to hack your password, it becomes much harder. A hacker, a person who uses computers to gain unauthorized, that means they're not being allowed unauthorized access to other people's devices and data. All right, so just 7 terms for this week. Let's go ahead and get started on lesson 3, secure your secrets. So here we go. Good to have you with me today. I hope you are enjoying our lessons this way. Okay, so as I told you before, this is all about digital citizenship. Anybody that uses a digital device that's on the internet interacting with other people, that makes you a digital citizen. This is all from Google's Be Internet Awesome. This is Secure Your Secrets, and we're going to talk about how to build a great password today. So some goals. We want to recognize the importance of sharing passwords only with parents or guardians. And unfortunately, this can even be an issue for our parents sometimes, is that we put passwords out there, and even our parents, even us as adults, share things that we shouldn't share. So we're going to recognize the importance of only sharing these things with people like your parents or guardians. Learn about the passwords that protect your devices. Understand how to create passwords that are hard to guess, but easy to remember. And then choose the right security for your login settings, including that two-factor verification that we talked about earlier in the terms. All right. You know what I think I'm having trouble with? I think it's because I chose the wrong way to present this. Let me go back for a second here, guys. There we go. This is going to be a better way to do this. Okay. So let's think about this here for a second. Why do you think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be a bad password for your email account? Well, I kind of hinted at that earlier, didn't I? There's just no complexity to this. Okay. If you're trying to guess someone's password, one of the first things you try is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. If they have a computer that is hacking other computers, this is one of the first things that they will run when they run the numbers to try to get in. So this is a bad password. Everybody thinks right away of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There is no complexity to this. It is not unique to you, and it's easy to think of. So this is not a good password. So let's talk for a second. Better safe than sorry. Right? What does it mean to be better safe than sorry? Right? So if you are better safe than sorry, digital technology makes it easy for us to communicate with our friends, with our classmates, with teachers, with relatives. We're doing it right now through digital learning. We can connect with them in so many ways: email, text, instant messages, Zooms. We can use words, pictures, videos. We can be on our phones, our laptops, our tablets. You connect with your friends on a lot of different devices. But the same tools that make it easy for us to share information also make it easier for hackers and scammers to steal that information. And then they use it to damage our devices, our relationships with our friends, and our reputations. Remember when we talked about reputations back in lesson 1? Protecting ourselves, our info, our devices means doing simple, smart things like using screen locks on phones, being careful about putting personal info on unlocked devices because those things could be lost or stolen, and above all, building strong passwords, right? So the most commonly used passwords, can you guess what the 2 most commonly used passwords are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or some combination of that, right? That password. What could be some other bad passwords? What if you just used your name as your password? Not a good password. What if you use your phone number? Not a good password, right? These are things other hackers could find out about you and would be the first things they would try. Right? So these are not good passwords. So yeah, look at these. Which 2 are the most common? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the password. Which one of these is the most complex? Definitely that second one, right? But good luck remembering that. There's no way I would remember that one. Can you think of anything else that would be bad passwords? If it's too easy to guess, right, or figure out about you, it's not a good password. If it's something that everybody would use as a password, it's not a good password, right? So let's talk about building a great password. We really can't partner up with a person next to us, but we'll just sort of talk about this anyway. Extra tips for making strong passwords. Let's talk about this. Strong passwords. Passwords are based on a descriptive sentence that's easy for you to remember and difficult for someone else to guess, right? It could be like the first letters in words that make up a favorite title or song. It could be like the first letters of words in a sentence about something you did. It could be include a combination of letters and numbers and symbols. For example, it could be like, I went to Western Elementary School for grade 3. Well, you could break that down into a password. IW2, WE, money sign, T4G3. So if you read that, I went to Western Elementary School for grade 3, you can remember your password by remembering that phrase. Nobody's going to guess that one, right? That's going to be a very strong password. Moderate passwords, those are passwords that are strong and not easy to guess by bad software, but it could be guessed by someone who knows you, right? Weak passwords, commonly these use personal information like a pet's name. They're very easy to crack, and they can be guessed by someone who knows you. Like they know you love chocolate, and your password's I like chocolate. You have a dog named Buddy. You have a password named called I love Buddy, right? So if you try changing some letters or symbols, or making some letters uppercase and some lowercase, that can make it a stronger password. I'll talk about this in a second. So we're not going to do this together, but I want you to think about it. Just like we did back in lesson 1, if you were to make up a secret, how to make up a secret right now. All right. I'll give you a second. I'm going to make one up too. I'm thinking. Okay. Here we go. Some do's and don'ts. Here's some things that you should do and some things that you shouldn't do. So which one's which? Right? Which one's which? Use a unique password for each of your important accounts. That is a do, right? If you don't use the same password for every account, it's going to be more secure. So that is a do. Use personal information. Name, address, email, phone number, your mom's maiden name. By the way, your mom's maiden name, that means her last name before she took her husband, your dad's last name. Okay, that's what a maiden name is. Birth dates or common words when you make a password. That's a no, right? Those are things that can be guessed by people who know you. That's a no. Use a password that's easy to guess, like your nickname, the name of your school, favorite baseball team. That's a no as well, right? Those are things that are easy to guess. Use at least 8 characters. That's a do. You should use at least 8 characters. Share your password with people so you don't forget it. That's a no. Other than parents, should not be sharing your password. That's a no. Although you do want to make sure you have a password you can remember. That is definitely an issue that I see at school. Use combinations of letters, upper and lowercase, numbers and symbols. That is definitely a do. That's something we do want when we're making passwords. So what is the most important thing you learned today? Hopefully about the security of passwords, right? And what you should do when it comes to making as complex a password as possible. By the way, I'm not sure why we actually made up this secret back here. I don't know why we did that. That didn't have anything to do with anything, did it? That is the end of Secure Your Secrets, how to build a great password. Right, we talked about today what makes a complex password and why you should have a secure password. So now all I need you guys to do is to go to Interland. Remember, we search Interland just like this. We're going to go to the website, Be Internet Awesome. Or not, yeah, beinternetawesome.withgoogle.com/ you see it. This is Interland. So we played this game, the first 2 levels for lesson 1 and lesson 2. Now we're looking for the level for Secure Your Secrets. So this is going to be the gold yellow kingdom over there. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to move to the right one. This is it. Secure Your Secrets. Click play. Tower of Treasure. So we're playing for lesson 3, Secure Your Secrets. I'm going to show you how to play.
The Tower of Treasure is a fortress where you can store your valuables. Outrun the hackers or they will steal your messages and identity. Start by grabbing your messages and emails containing your private stuff and store them safely in the tower.
So the up arrow makes me jump. Left and right makes me go left and right. Oh, miss out. So far, so good, right? Missing a few, though. You guys will probably do better than me.
Great work! A hacker should not have access to your private messages. Now collect the information connected to your phone and identity and secure it in the tower.
Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop here because I'm pretty sure you guys get how to play that one. That one's a little more explanatory. Just listen to her directions. All right, great job today for lesson 3 of Secure Your Secrets. Spend 10 or 15 minutes on the game, and I will talk to you soon. Excellent job today, guys. Good job. See you soon.